I'm studying under Renaissance House in the UK. Why not live there and get licensed and work as a practitioner and do Reiki? So I look at Canadian psychology paper. He says it's rubbish and BS. Just like Jorgen Peterson says there's no climate change. UK is making change. It's expensive there, but it's sure expensive here. And I don't like hearing this stuff. Libby Shears has been teaching me a lot of psychology. Graham, I've been studying a lot of courses from the UK. Graham Nicholson, he's a great life coach and man talks about drugs and how they don't work for people like us. There's ancient magic in England. I can study those courses. They're in England and Scotland. Now, I was talking to a man on LinkedIn. He left Ontario. He's not moved to Scotland. He's a Reiki master there. You know, people are getting health. I had a woman, you know, he says it's BS. BS. Let's talk about this. This woman had operations, just constant. So she gave it a try. She had 6 treatments and the cancer stopped. She had a hysterectomy, her breasts were removed, everything was going bad. She's living a healthy life in her older age in Northern Ontario, and she's adopted a greyhound and happy. I've met a lot of women that are getting Reiki sessions, and they're going on. He's a young 1-year medical student in McGill. McGill used to be a good university. He did a paper against it. Problem of it's a spiritual energy, and this is the life force, and it's all over Europe and Australia. This country, a lot of dogma going on. Of course, there's the Canadian Reiki Association. I'm certified with the International Reiki Association, so I can go anywhere. But I'd like to be a holistic practitioner for the rest of the years of my life and help people. I did a Reiki session overseas. She was a therapist. She didn't know about this stuff. She had, now she's going around teaching it. That holistic spiritual therapy works. I'm big on the book Course in Miracles. You know, a foundation of psychology, putting God back in. You know, I went to a church and they said, yeah, they avoid God, don't they? Yeah, I think they do. I'm Anglican by faith. I'm a spiritual man. And I'm a horseman. I've learned Reiki from a woman in England on horses. I'm part Australian. I'd like to live in Australia, but it costs so much to get there. It's a long flight. England's not too bad to get there. I've been really not happy in Canada, hearing all this climate denying and hearing things I don't like. They don't like the Queen. They never liked the Queen. The whole country's gone nuts. Anti-environmentalism, hating the empire. We were loyalists to Canada and Britain, but what are we now? I don't want to go to a country that doesn't speak English. I'm English speaking. And I can remember my dad, before he died, he said, Britain will always stand. Like, the Bendix system is a little bit expensive. Living, yeah, it's getting costly. But, you know, I was looking at programs and getting a place to live. I'm a minimalist, and I don't need all the big houses, and that's what they're selling here. Yorkshire and those areas, I was up there. I like it. It's quiet. I like draft horses. I like equestrian field. No, there's problems in every country. Australia. Not problems. You're not going to find anywhere perfect. But it's got some traditional, very old values. Canada has lost its old school values. And it's just nothing here for culture. You go out west, and those old towns are pretty well modernized. And I'm not really happy in Canada. I don't like climate deniers. I don't like liars, okay? I'm very sensitive. I do not like liars. And the banking system is all geared on lies. BP oil was a problem, wasn't it? Yeah. But I think things are changing. The royal family went into animal rights. And we're killing horses here. They put a law against that in the UK. That'll make things a bit better. I have more values for British citizenship. Now, my pension will probably go over there, and I'll just find a place to live. I liked Leeds, North Yorkshire. I might go to Scotland. I said, why did you go to Scotland? You get away from the ex-wife in Ontario. He says, see, when we take these spiritual paths, son, we're right out of my family's deserted me because of this. My practices deserted me and stole money. And here's a peaceful man, really doesn't want to fight. And, the karma comes to those who do harm. They've stole a lot of money. They influence the estate. I'm just not happy here. I don't like the lies going on all the time about climate change. Pierre Pawlup is not going to have a carbon tax. And that's the way he gets them. It don't be any change. Canada's a disaster. And, they say you need a psychiatrist if you want to denounce Canadian citizenship. Really? It's all right. It's not, that's gaslighting, right? And if you believe in no climate change is a lie, you can believe it. I'll stay in England and work on a better lifestyle. It's expensive there, but there's things I like. I like the narrow boats. They were really nice. I wouldn't mind having a narrow boat. Going up the canals. I can take the train anywhere. I like a rural country life. I know there's crime. There's a hell of a lot of crime here. We've lost 8 police officers in 1 year. I think England would be a better choice. And there isn't a dogma on Reiki systems or healing. I was an ancient Magicka. I'd like to continue. I like essential oils. I love aromatherapy. I like crystals. I can get crystals from Canada, in the United States, from Brazil and Australia. They export. Another thing is I like Ilford film. I'm a bit of an analog kid. I like digital photography. But I like Ilford film. There's not many film companies here anymore. Black and white photography. I love it. I love monochrome film. There's many things I like in England. I like the music. I always like British music. And my father was a Brit. He came here in 1903. It wasn't good. It was a very Victorian, and they were struggling as a British family. So they came to Canada, and there was land, and they grew gardens, and they shared, but not anymore. There's no sharing. It's just me. Communities. I have to vacate it. I've lost the family. My parents are dead. There's nothing here for me. It's loneliness. I could start a Reiki practice here, but I'm always going to face challenges with these sort of characters. I've found natural healing is something I really appreciate, and I think England's getting more into that, not Canada. You know, the state of you go to provinces like Nova Scotia, you wait 8 to 10 hours. They're suing the province of Nova Scotia because his wife died at 37. Wait times are terrible in Canada. Um, you know, Britain's got good laws, good justice. I don't want to live in London, it's too crowded. But I was so told, she said, why don't you come up to England and work in Canterbury and those areas? So you'll find a place. And Ancient Magic is an organization I really like. We do angelic healing. I've done a lot of healing distance. Why live here? I know what I like. I like the rural valleys of the Yorkshire Dales. I like Scotland. These quiet little vestiges of peace, like carriages and buggies and getting around. A simpler lifestyle. Canada? Nah. The only place you can go in Canada to get away from all the traffic is Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island's got a lot of climate change problems. Disasters happening out there. Remember, a woman showed me, she said, this is the Upper Hebrides. Nice area, it's quiet. There's ways to get around here. The roads are very narrow up in Yorkshire. It took me a lot of driving. I just ride a motorcycle. It's not too bad. Canada? No, I'm not much for you. Well, you got liquor laws that are, the bars are, they got certain hours. You can't go out to look. You can drink at home and have an enjoyable life, have a border collie. These are things I think are better for me. But it's expensive. It's expensive everywhere. You go to the other countries, you gotta learn a new language. It's too hard.